Hi all, welcome to my channel Philip and Nature. Today we are going to see about Oedy Udhagamandalam places to visit in Oedy. Tourist places. Udhagamandalam Oedy is one of the important and interesting tourist spots of Tamil Nadu. This place has very cool and chill climate in summer season, so it one of the best known hill resorts of India. The other name of Oedy is Udhagamandalam. It is also called as the Queen of Hill Stations. It is located at the tri-junction of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka. It is about 7,350 feet or 2,240 m above the sea level. Oedy is endowed with extraordinary scenic beauty in the midst of Nilgiris. Nilgiris is also called as Blue Mountain because of its misty blue clouds with peaceful ranges. Nilgiris is a beautiful mountain range which is a part of Western Ghats. Totally there are 3 places to visit, namely Kothagiri, Conor, and Oedy. Among these 3, Oaty is given the primal importance because of its scenic beauty and excellent climate conditions. Nilgiri hills are older than the Great Himalayas. Like icing on a cake, Oedy adds pride to this mountain range. Oedy was first discovered in 1819 by John Sullivan. He was the collector of Coimbatore, and it was later named as Udhagamand or Oedy, derived from the word Udhagamandalam, which means the village of a single stone. Udhagamandalam is the Tamil name proposed by the government. The entire region was previously inhabited by the Toda tribals. Udhagamandalam tour information. The Nilgiris of the south are a class by themselves. They contain excellent summer resorts such as Conor and Kothagiri. The chain of mountains lies between Mysore in the north and Coimbatore in the south. The highest point is at an altitude of 2619 m. Udhagamandalam, popularly called Oedy, is known as the Queen of the Hill Stations. It nestles on the Nilgiri range at an altitude of 2286 m. The extraordinary scenic beauty of this place, matched by the salubrious climate, makes it a most favored hill station in the south. The rolling meadows, lush gardens, and placid lakes are all reminiscent of the British. Oedy still retains something Indian in its cottages and stone arches, and offers many profiles of nature, each imbued with a distinctive grandeur. The original inhabitants of Oedy were Todas, a colorful pastoral tribe. Other forest tribes found around the Nilgiris are Kodas, Kurubas, Irulas, and Panias. Perhaps no other hill station has so much to offer as Oedy does. There are quite a number of interesting places to see in this region. Nilgiri Mountain Railway or Oedy Mountain Train. The climb to Oedy from the plain used to be a treacherous journey on a ghat road in bullock carts, ponies and palanquins aided by the Nilgiri Carrying Company's mail and express Tonga service. British engineers proposed a mountain railway as early as 1854, but it was not until 1891 that Lord Wenlock, the governor of Madras, laid the foundation of the Nilgiri Mountain Railway. In 1899, the first train chugged up the slopes from Mettuplayam, 36 m/1,069 feet, to Conor, 1,712/5,617 feet, before the rail link was extended to Oedy, 2,203 m/7,228 feet, in 1903. Though not as old or lengthy as the other mountain railway at Darjeeling and Shimla, the 46 km train journey is the steepest in Asia, with a maximum gradient of 112, 8.33%. The railway link was not just an engineering marvel, it also revolutionized the Nilgiri tea industry with swift transportation from the estates to the plains and back to Britain. Using a rack and pinion alternate biting teeth, ABT, system, it takes nearly 5 hr for the ascent with the engine pushing the train from behind. The scenic terrain past hills, valleys, forests, and plantations changes with every mile as the train negotiates 16 tunnels, 27 viaducts and 208 curves. From Mettuplayam station, the train climbs 7 kilometers past betelnut, palm, and coconut plantations to Kalhati, an elevation of 405 m/1,329 feet. The train crosses Kalhati Bridge over the Bhavani River, Aderli Viaduct, Burler Bridge, and 14 tunnels as it crosses tropical jungles via Hill Grove to Conor. Aderli, Runnymede, and Kateri are no longer stops. Nilgiri Mountain Railway was depicted in David Lean's 1984 film A Passage to India. Conor Railway Station, a beautiful colonial structure built in 1897, was one of the scenic locales. A steam locomotive, X37390, constructed by Swiss Locomotive Works in 1922 and retired after chugging 7.5 kilometers, stands outside. From Conor, the train climbs via Wellington, Arubankatu, Ketty, Lovedale, and Fernhill, the highest point, to Oedy. The train leaves daily from Mettuplayum at 7:10 am to Oedy and returns at 3 p.m., completing the downhill journey in 3.5 hr. There are also 4 daily trains each way between Oedy and Conor. In 2005, UNESCO added the Nilgiri Mountain Railway to its list of World Heritage Sites. Despite having computerized ticketing systems, the NMR still issues manually stamped Edmondson Railway tickets, retaining its old world charm. Oedy city in Tamil Nadu, India. Oedy is about 89 kilometers via Mettuplayum, 54 kilometers southeast, and Conor, 19 kilometers. Sent to investigate the fabulous tales surrounding the Blue Mountains or Nilgiris, John Sullivan, the collector of Coimbatore, set up a bungalow at Kotagiri in 1819 and came to Oedy in 1822. After his departure, the commandant of Oedy moved into Sullivan's house in 1846, which was later occupied by 3 European schools, including Lawrence, which shifted to Lovedale. The large patch of green set up to grow English vegetables at reasonable cost was converted into a botanical garden in 1848. The stone house served as the summer secretariat of the governor of Madras Presidency till 1937, and Oedy eventually became what Sullivan had envisioned it to be: the Queen of Hill Stations, Scotland of the East. The sweet half-English air of Nilgiri drew poet Lord Alfred Tennyson, while Lord Lytton, Viceroy of India, raved about Oedy's Hertfordshire lanes, Devonshire Down, Westmoreland lakes, Scotch trout streams and Lusitanian views. Oedy, Tamil Nadu, India, located in an amphitheatre of hills stretching over 3 kilometers in a northwesterly direction, one of the hill station's most famous sites, the artificial Oedy Lake, it can be found to the southwest of town. The boathouse is the hub of all activities, with boating, horse rides, gardens, eateries, and touristy amusement parks. Motorboats are available for 20 minutes at Rs.485, 10-seater, and pedal boats for 30 minutes at 90, 2-seater, Rs 100 deposit. Besides horse riding, Rs 50 for a full round, double for a white horse. Ornamental plants and seeds are also available near the lake exit. Thread Garden is a bizarre collection of 15 species of plants recreated out of thread. On the road back towards town, the TTDC-run Jolly World Lake Park has slides and go-karting and is popular with families. Oedy sightseeing places to the south is Fernhill, while east of the lake beyond the racecourse is Elk Hill, on whose lower northwestern slope lies India's largest rose garden. Set up in 1955 to commemorate the Centenary Flower Festival, the Rose Garden is spread over 4/10 acres in 5 terraces and boasts 2,241 rose varieties, best enjoyed in early summer. In 2006, it was the best rose garden in South Asia, winning the Garden of Excellence Award at Osaka. 8 Yens Road, skirts north of the garden, joins Charing Cross, Oedy's main junction. Due east and spreading around Sullivan's original stone house is the Government Arts College. Just across the bust SH15 is Lawley Institute, a club formed in 1911 for upper-class Indians in response to the snobbish attitude of the Oedy and Gymkhana clubs. Ironically, Sri Arthur Lawley, governor of Madras, laid the foundation stone. North of it, opposite the Tibetan market off Woodhouse Road, is another famous site of Oedy, the botanical garden occupying a deep ravine below Raj Bhavan, the summer residence of the governor. Designed in 1848 with the help of W. G. McIlver from the Kew Royal Botanical Garden in England, the 26/65-acre garden has various nurseries, terraces and conservatories. Its chief attractions are a 20-million-year-old fossil tree trunk, the unusual dragon tree, a totem-mont, tribal village, an Italian garden laid by Italian POWs and the kikuyu grass imported from East Africa, on which many a film song has been picturized. Adjacent to the garden is the Hebron School, established in 1899, one of the many historic institutions in the hills. To the north of town is St. Stephen's Church with exquisite stained glass windows and the graves of John Sullivan's wife and daughter. Just south of the church, the administrative complex is a clutch of colonial buildings: the district court, head post office and collector's office, with iconic shops like Mohun's and Higginbotham's in the Oriental building nearby. Breeks Memorial School, named after James Wilkinson Breeks, the first district collector of the Nilgiris, was started in a heritage building, now part of the Nilgiris District Court complex, until it was relocated to Charing Cross near Adams Fountain in 1886. It was here Lord Macaulay coined the syllabus of the modern education system for India. South of Hospital Road, half hidden in a grove of eucalyptus, is another institution. Nilgiri Library, built in 1858. On an adjoining 1.6 ha/4 acre plot is the main branch of the State Bank of India, opened in 1866 as the Bank of Madras. Oedy Tourist Places Botanical Garden. Oedy, the English-styled terraced gardens, were founded in 1847, by Marquis of Tweeddale. He took the services of W. G. Ivor, a well-known horticulturist, form the famous Kew Garden of England. The garden sprawls across an area of about 22 hectares and has the most colorful collection of flora in southern India. There are about 1,000 varieties of plants, shrubs, and trees. The beautifully maintained garden also has exotic varieties of orchids, ferns, ornamental and floral plants, alpines, coniferous trees, rock plants, bulbous plants, and several species of medicinal plants. The fern house built here is one of the most attractive features of the garden. Today, varieties of exotic and ornamental plants adorn the garden. A fossil tree trunk, which is said to be 20 million years old, is found in the midst of the garden. There are spacious lawns of cacao grass, giant exotic trees and huge flowerbeads. A sprawling Cedrus dodora tree dating back to 1893 is a favorite of visitors. The 100-year-old fern house is another attraction in the garden. The summer festival of flower show is held every year in May, which attracts a large number of tourists. This garden is a favorite of the botany enthusiasts. Children's Park in Udhagamandalam. The Children's Park of Oedy is in the eastern end of the lake. This park is very lovely and beautiful. The lawn of this park is full of budding flowers and it is full of grass ground. This place attracts every child to enjoy this park happily. We can view the St. Thomas Church, the moving mountain railway station from the park. Boating, rowing, and horse race are also available. Oedy Lake and Boathouse. The collector John Sullivan constructed the artificial lake in 1824. Set amidst scenic surroundings, the lake offers facilities for boating. Pony rides along the road are also popular. A toy train is another attraction to the children. The Children's Lake Garden is located at the high point, a little away from the residential area, is this church, one of the oldest, noted for its stained glass paintings and Gothic style. It has fine boating facilities with rowboats, paddle boats, and motor boats available on hire. The lake garden and toy train rides are other attractions. Thread Garden Udhagamandalam. This unique garden full of colorful flowers made from threads is perhaps one of the most amazing sights one could come across. The plants and flowers are entirely woven by hand without any help from machines, even needles have not been used in creating these wonders. Government Museum Udhagamandalam. Government Museum is located on the Mysore Road, exhibiting various tribal objects, representative sculptural arts and crafts of Tamil Nadu and the ecological details of the Nilgiri district. Rose Garden Udhagamandalam. This largest rose garden of India is perched on the lower slopes of Elk Hill at Vijayanagaram Farms. It was designed to commemorate the Centenary Flower Festival, covering an area of 6 hectares with over terraces. The initial collections of 17,526 rose plants from 1919 varieties include floribundas, hybrid teas, polyanthus, miniatures, and creepers. It is planned to increase the varieties to 5,000 by introducing new strains from different centers in India and abroad. Recently, it has become the first rose garden in the country to be recognized as a garden of excellence by the World Federation of Rose Societies. Raj Bhavan. It lies on the Dodabetta Ridge, near the famous botanical garden. The majestic building was built in 1877, by the Duke of Buckingham and is now used only for official entertaining, while the grounds are open to visitors. Candle Cross. Udhagam. The Roman Catholic Church is believed to enshrine a relic of the true cross on which Jesus Christ was crucified. It is said to have been brought to India by an apostle's delegate. Special novena prayers and holy masses are held here on every Friday, and an annual feast is organized on May 3. Oedy Club. This exquisite relic of the colonial past was built in the 1820s. The architecture and lush lawns are quite impressive. The club still sticks on to the rules and regulations set during the British era. Stone House. This first bungalow of Udhagamandalam was built by John Sullivan and was called as Kal Bangala by the tribals. Kal means stone in Tamil. Today, it is the official residence for the principal of the Government Art College. St. Stephen's Church. Oaty. The castle-like structure built in Gothic style is the first church of Oaty. There is an old cemetery near the church. The Nilgiris Library. This excellent library was set up in 1868. It is well stocked with rich and rare collection of documents, biographies, and old books. The Museum Oeddi was established in 1989 and has a fine collection of artifacts related to the Nilgiri district. This museum exhibits timber, Kurinji flower, insects, butterflies, rocks, and wood carvings. Stone sculptures, bronze works, model of Tota hut and coins can also be seen here. The museum is under the control of a curator of museums. Aquarium Department of Fisheries run this aquarium. It rears exotic fish varieties. This aquarium is very close to the bus standard. Horse racing. The race course is situated in the heart of the city. Its area is about 2.4 kilometers long. It is one of the famous race courses in India. It is a very popular sport in Nilgiris. We can see this race during the summer months of April, May and June. Kalhati Falls. Kalhati Falls is about 13 kilometers from Oedy. It is located on the Oedy to Mysore road via the Kalhadi Ghats. This is the best place for trekking. September to November months is good time to visit. Pikara is the largest river in the Nilgiri district. This river rises at Mukherjee Peak. This river is about 20 kilometers from Oedy. It gets down in a series of cascades. A wonderful boathouse is maintained by the TTDC. Tiger Hill is in the lower lap of Dodabetta Peak. It lies in the east of Oedy town. It is a best trekking place. We can reach the spot of drinking water reservoir in the town by leading 3 kilometers. Tea plantations are here in a large number of areas. They are present in the lower altitude of Nilgiris. This place attracts large number of tourists for its beautiful nature. Pine Forest is situated between the Oedy and Thalakunda. This is the famous tourist destination for the visitors. This place has many pine trees arranged in an orderly fashion. It is located on a small downhill region. It is one of famous movie spot in Oedy. Udhagamandalam Palaces. Udhagamandalam is also dotted with some fine palaces and stately mansions, which were built by various rulers as their summer palaces. The most important buildings are of the famous kings of Mysore, Vadodara, Jodhpur, and Hyderabad. When lockdowns, this stretch has 20,000 acres of grassland with sholas or gallery forest on the Gudlur road. It is about 8 km from the station. It is the most popular picnic spot of Oedy. The undulating landscape is blessed with splendid scenic beauty and rich vegetation. The Gymkhana Club, the Government Sheep Farm and Hindustan Photo Films Company are located here. Dodabetta Peak is about 10 kilometers from Udhagamandalam. A much frequented place, the highest peak of the Nilgiris, 2633 m high. Debetta offers breathtaking view of the hill ranges, plateau, and plain around. At the top of the peak, there is an observatory fitted with telescopes to facilitate clear view of the distant valleys. Kalhadi Waterfalls is about 14 kilometers from Udhagamandalam. A mountain stream cascading down into the valley from a height of 36 m, provides an enchanting view in the calm and quiet surroundings. It is an ideal place for picnic and trekking. Avalanche Lake is about 28 kilometers from Oedy. A beautiful reservoir surrounded by thick sholas which abound in many species of birds. It is not only a nature lover's paradise but also a popular place excellent for birds watching and photography. Glenmorgan Valley is about 17 kilometers from Oedy. This is deep valley which has the famous electric power generating stations of Tamil Nadu. There is an electrically driven witch of the electricity board to go down and reach the Pikara powerhouse at Singara. This is a unique hydroelectric project in Asia utilizing a steep fall of 1030 m. The Moyar powerhouse is a little away from Singara. A motorable road can reach Kunda hydroelectric project. Prior permission is necessary to visit these places. Thank you for watching. Kindly do subscribe my channel Philip and Nature. Press the bell icon for instant notifications. And share the link to support my channel. Hi all.